This is Juvie.
And this is Martin.
And we live full time on our 58-foot narrowboat home, Rhapsody in blue.
We're taking you along as we continuously cruise the canals and rivers of the UK with some beautiful scenery, occasional wildlife, landmarks, aqueducts and tunnels. Come with us.
So we're thinking we're going to moor to the right here. Just as the sun is going down, we found ourselves a little spot. We start this episode where we left you the last time, at Springwell, and this is where it is in the UK. Yeah, so where we're moored is under some trees. Martin's just gone up to see if we can find, or if he can find somewhere that's out in the open a bit more, because our boat is looking like it's in disguise. And it's really quite funny. I thought it was raining earlier, but it wasn't. It was actually leaves from the trees. And obviously leaves on your boat is not good. You need to get them off straight away, because if they get wet, then they start to stain your paintwork. So yeah, I think we're moving. Okay, so we are on the move again. Martin's going to sort most of the roof out when we get to our next mooring. Yeah, so what a difference in days. Yesterday it was really warm, and today it's quite cool. But still haven't got a jacket on, so I've still just got my little body warmer on. Slightly low overhanging branch. But yeah, that was the other thing. We woke up leaning this morning because it was quite shallow there. So glad to be moving.
So leaving Springwell, we head south on the Grand Union Canal and we finish up at Denim Deep Lock.
There's some beautiful properties along here. Really lovely. Wow, look at that place. Nice. Yeah, there is another reason we're leaving that mooring there. There was a bit of a nasty niff in the air. We kept smelling it and we kept checking our toilet thinking perhaps it's us. But it was quite strong every now and again. And then of course we opened the hatch and smelled outside and it's like, ooh, that doesn't smell very nice. And then we looked on the map. And there it was. There is a huge, and I mean huge, waste plant down here. Obviously sewage works. So yeah, so we thought, do you know what? Let's get moving. We'll go a couple of more locks down and hopefully find somewhere that's not under trees. And Martin can polish the boat and I can do some editing. So yeah, win-win. So these moorings here look quite nice, but if you could smell what we could smell, you'd know why we weren't stopping. Lots of old working boats here. Lots of them. And more there as well. And then there's this sad little sunken boat here. Oh, I don't like seeing sunken boats. It's so sad. Crikey, that's been there a long time, hasn't it? A very long time. Dear. Oh, you can hear the water in the sewage plant. Oh. And this here is a very large sewage pipe, and that goes all the way across through there to the sewage farm. I mean, I can't begin to tell you what this smells like through here. It is just not very nice at all. Anyway, onwards and upwards. No idea where that goes. It's just like a little backwater. Seem to have coots around here. It's because the water's so clear, because they do like clearer water. Look at this. This looks like an old wharf of some sort, doesn't it? With those cottages there, big row of them there. And then you've got this wharf building here. Hillingdon Narrowboats, day boat hire. Oh. Yep, so here we go again. Looks like all the locks are going to be against us, so I need to fill it up. Here we go. Are you sure?
Sometimes the paddle mechanisms are so stiff, and they also can throw up a few surprises.
Oh, this one's squirting at me, can you see? Oh, I'm getting soaked.
As the paddle is released, it causes a vacuum, and sometimes you get a little bit of spray coming up.
Okay, there's a huge log in the water. We're going to need to remove first. Yeah, can you see that there? That is massive, so there's no way that this gate is going to open with that in the way. So I've just said to Martin to get a hook or something. Here he comes to save the day. It's gonna have to take it quite a way up, really, aren't you? Because the water's gonna suck it into the lock. Just a man taking a log for a walk. Look at the size of that. There is no way Martin would be able to lift that. I mean, it's like a trunk of a tree.
It's well and truly soaked as well.
Yeah, and it's soaked through. True. Ooh. Hopefully it'll stay there. These gates are so heavy. Martin's actually got to come and help me do this one. Oh my word. And that's with two of us pushing.
I think it's...
Jeepers! That is really heavy, isn't it? It's determined to go through the lock.
Well, it will. It's got a current that's dropping through, isn't it?
Yeah, the current's pushing it through into the lock. Go over that way. Just want to keep it out of the lock, really. Oh, you might have done it. You might have done it. Yeah, it might stay there now. Yeah. Think so.
Hold on to that.
No, it's coming. Would you believe it? It's still doing it. Might have said it's like playing snooker, only with a log. Right, that might have done it. Hopefully it'll stay over there long enough for us to get into the lock and shut the gate. So that's where the log has settled. And that should stay there long enough for Martin to bring the boat in. Here he comes. Here we go. Martin, what's that? Captain's log?
Yeah, that's a very big captain's log.
Ready? Ready? Another lovely little lock cottage. Nicely done, Captain.
Thank you very much, Sam.
So Martin's going to moor along here because there are bins that we can use, and there is actually a water point which is just there, but we don't need water at the moment. So, all done. I think Martin's going to give the boat a brush down and is going to get rid of our rubbish. Yeah, this is like a little body of water that's next to the canal, and it goes under that bridge there and quite a way down. I'm assuming it's a river, and you've got moorhens over there, a family of moorhens. And this here to the left is where the river comes into the canal. So that's why the water is so clear. It's like rapids, and as you can see by the those things that are hanging down, that's where they do the canoe training. Wow! Obviously the canal carries on through there. Yep, these are the boaters' facilities for us to put our rubbish in, and right next to that is that pub. And I tell you what, the smell of food coming from there is lovely. Okay, so Martin's had to put his foot down because apparently this will throw you over. So he's done that brilliant, as usual. Oh, there's a tree down here. Martin, there's a tree down. I don't know if you can see. You're going to have to go right over to your left, to your port side. Yeah, so there's quite a hefty tree that's come down here. Not quite sure how far it goes into the water, that's the thing. So Martin's come right over as far as he can get. And now he's going to double back, and he will probably turn the revs off, bring it out of gear. Yeah, you can see it goes quite a way. Wow, that is a huge tree that's come down, but it's passable, and Martin did really well. Look at those autumn colours, that deep red. Lovely. Wow, these houses have got their own little moorings there. Look at that. Oh, I bet that's nice to canoe down there. So we've got another branch that's down. I reckon this is from that storm Amy that we've had recently. One there. And then there's another tree down here. So we're just coming up to the lock landing here, and this will be lock number 2. Okay, so let's go and have a look at this lock. It needs filling again, but look at this. This is a runoff off of the canal. And this goes underneath the lock cottage, and we are actually at Blackjack's lock. So let's start filling it up. Oh, it's half full, so it shouldn't take too long. We often work as a team at the locks, so Martin had come up to help me fill this lock. So when we were doing our services back there, we noticed another boat come along to the lock that we'd just been through. So Martin popped back and he said to them, "Are you coming along to this one?" They said yes, so we are now waiting. So we are going to have a lock buddy. Not sure what Martin's doing over there. Yeah, so we're just going to wait for the other boat as well, so that we can sort of save a little bit of water. You'll notice that when Martin leaves a mooring, he always pushes the back out and goes out backwards, especially if there's a current of water or the wind is blowing against the towpath side, because you can pull yourself away from the side with the engine rather than pushing the front out. By the time you've pressed go on the gears, the wind's pushed you back in again. So yeah, Martin always goes out backwards, and in fact it was our friend Nikki that taught us that. Well, that was good timing because that boat's coming up now. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. Very well done, sir. Yeah, it's always best to share in the locks. Saves the water and helps with the workload too. Look at those reflections. We're starting to get some now. Look at that. And with the autumn colours, they're just beautiful. Oh, it's nice along here. We were hoping to find a mooring along here, but there's so many trees. We really would like to find something just a little bit open that we can moor in. Look at this through here. Oh, that would have been nice. You might want to veer left a little bit here to go round that island of whatever it is. That's it, you should clear it now. Not quite sure what this is, whether it's a log or whether it's just greenery. But we've missed it. Now we might look at mooring just up here behind these boats. I don't know. Or we may go through the lock. Not sure. So we are now trailing like an island. I went to get my windlass and came back, and obviously because I wasn't at the front, telling Martin, he didn't see it and he's ploughed through it, and it's now literally hanging on our boat. I'm going to get my pole. Oh, as hard as I tried, there was no way this was coming off. It was about a foot thick. If you put it in reverse a bit, I might be able to get this off. And just then, another lot appeared. So now we have two lots. We have one lot sort of rolled round, but yeah, look at all this that we're taking with us. Can you see it? Martin's determined to get to the lock landing, which is just up there, and then we can try and get it off, but I've tried with the pole and it is not moving. But this is really dragging us back. I shall try again. I mean, look, there's my hand, so you can see for comparison. It's huge. Okay, so we're coming into the lock landing now. Oh.
Be with you in a minute, sorry.
I then moved to the bow to see if I could get it from a different angle. And eventually it was free.
Yeah, so this is what we were carrying on the front of our boat. And hopefully that will float past the boats so that we can get the lock gates open and get into the lock without it joining us. And Martin's going to pick me up here. Yeah, so we haven't said hello properly, have we, today?
No.
Hello. Yeah, we've come down 3 locks now. Still trying to find a mooring. And you can probably see boats as we go past. They're all literally button to button to button to button. There's just nowhere to moor. Back there it looked like it was moorings. It was lots of overhanging trees, but it was really, really shallow, so you wouldn't have got in.
We may be turning round, we might be heading a bit more back for where we was.
Yeah.
Shame.
It's just not fun because there's nowhere to moor. I mean, we know a lot of people were pushed south this year because of all the closures. And you've also got a lot of people coming up off of the Thames because now is the time you don't want to be on a river, you want to get yourself off of the Thames in case of flood. So it's just sort of concentrated a lot of boats in the one area.
Shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. So we're thinking we're going to turn around soon.
Very soon.
Yeah. It's very bizarre, isn't it? It's a very, very strange situation we found ourselves in. So there's just no... Wherever there is any possible moorings, like, you know, Armco or anywhere that you can moor your boat, it's just full. Every single time, isn't it? Every single time. So we're usually pretty positive. We're not negative at all, are we? But... The other day we carried on until it was so late that we had to just moor anywhere. So we're not quite sure what this is, but it looks like it could possibly be the railway.
Yeah, that's the HS2, the railway.
Is it?
Denim. It's got to be.
So this is not on any map, so we're assuming this must be the HS2 railway. Look at that, it's huge. See if I can get higher.
Yeah, look the other way.
Look at that.
Yeah, but look the other way. Across the lake.
And then look at this way. Wow.
James did say to you it would be very impressive when you see it.
Yeah. Look at this. See, now it looks really nice. There's lakes over the back there. It looks like there's no mooring. There's no... You can't get into the bank. I mean, the camera probably won't pick this up, but it is so shallow. It's about a foot deep over by the bank, and there are no possible moorings at all. Yet over there, look at that beautiful lake. Wouldn't it be nice to moor along here? Oh, that's just sod's law, I believe. Another tree down. That storm Amy obviously did quite a bit of damage, didn't she?
She did.
Isn't that lovely through there? Beautiful.
They like that,
So this is where we think we're going to moor. if we can get in. So there's a bridge up here, and after this bridge we believe there are moorings. So let's hope that one of them might be free. There might be just one mooring that we can nip into. Fingers crossed, everyone. I think we might be in luck, Martin, on the right hand side here. Well, we're going to try here and see if we can get in. Well, we did get in, and what a mooring it turned out to be. This mooring really was beautiful, and it reminded us just how much we love living this life on the water. Yes, it was a frustrating journey, but just look where we ended up. We honestly couldn't be any happier. We then heard the distinct sounds of the old working boats, and it turned out to be a fuel boat, so we filled up. We always use the fuel boats if we can. Look at these two beauties. There's the fuel boat has just come along, and this is Jules Fuels, and we're getting a couple of jerry cans of diesel for the reflex stove. Just perfect.
Boats are nice, aren't they?
They are gorgeous boats, really lovely. And look at this little one. Hello. Hello, beautiful.
Anyway, safe journeys.
Yeah, have a good.
Yep, and we'll see you further down, I'm sure. That's Kathy and Andrew.
Right, I'm gonna...
Aren't they beautiful boats?
Yeah, they are. Batty and a... Very nice.
And later that night we heard this. I then managed to catch this beautiful little girl. Sorry it's a bit shaky, but I was on the boat and I was holding the camera and it was quite zoomed in. We know she's a female because male kingfishers have an entirely black beak, while females have an orangey red patch on the lower part of their beak. So this is where we're moored, just before Denim Deep Lock, and we're going to see if we can go and find some lakes, because just over there somewhere there are some lakes. So we're going to go and see if we can find them.
Come on, giddy up.
And there's our boat all the way down there. And that's one lake. And then as we come up here, look at this one. How beautiful is this? Look at this, there's a big old quarry over there. So, gorgeous place, lovely. Looks like they've just painted this bridge, but look at that. And here's the other side. This is a lovely little walk, isn't it?
It is, that's my darling.
Blowing the cobwebs off. Yeah, it's an adventure playground. Look at that.
That's a lovely playground, isn't it? Would you like me to push you on the screen?
There's a sculpture of a bird. Well, we found the visitor centre, but it's all shut up. Well, there you go. Denim Country Park Cafe lease has now come to an end. So, if we'd have come here 9 days ago, we probably would have been able to have got a cup of coffee. But yeah, 9 days too late. So we're just going to walk a different way back to the boat. I don't know if you can hear this, but there are so many parakeets. Here they are. I can see them every now and again, but only as shadows. There's one. Gosh, they're noisy. Another one. Yeah, so while we've been moored up in the last 24 hours, all this duckweed has claimed the canal, shall we say.
Join us next time as we continue our journey south. And if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, it's totally free, and click the notification bell and YouTube will let you know next time we upload. And don't forget, you can hype the videos now too, that really helps us out. Don't forget to leave us a comment, we love reading them and we answer every single one. A big shout out to our Friends of Rhapsody channel members, thank you for your continued support. And for the super thanks and coffees this week, we really appreciate it. Thank you Maria and Paul and Nicholas Simpson. And most of all, thank you all so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.